This video is maybe going to be controversial to make, with today being the TikTok trend of National School Shooting Day, and with schools pretty much being closed nationwide. I have, children myself that go to school, and I discovered that there was a active shooter survival training simulation on the Oculus Quest 2 that's meant to prepare you for a active shooter situation, and help teach you what to do and what not to do. So there's not going to be a ton of comedy in this video today. It's a very serious situation. So we're going to dive into it though and see if this is something that could actually save your life and if it's truly a good training tutorial. Okay, so this is Active Shooter VR. Welcome. You can grab objects such as buttons, switches, doors, interact with them. When in doubt, just try grabbing something, see what happens. 3 game modes: guided, expert, and ultimate. I don't know how to survive an active shooter situation, so I'm gonna go with guided.
Hello, I am Sergeant Segura, and I'm here to train you today on one of the most important subjects that you'll hopefully never need to use: active shooter training.
Okay.
Emergencies are unpredictable, and knowing how to respond can make all the difference. Preparing for an emergency makes you much more likely to be able to protect yourself and respond appropriately. If you find yourself in an active threat situation, you'll have to quickly decide what to do. Through this training, you can learn to always pay attention to where you are, and think through what you could do if a threat appears. Making the right choices can save yours and others' lives. The main thing you need to remember is that in an active shooter crisis situation you have 3 choices. Run. Hide.
Hide.
Fight. Let's take a look. Is run. If possible, in an active shooter situation, you should always run to safety. If you can see an unobstructed exit and are safely away from the shooter, you should evacuate immediately.
Okay.
In this simulation you will need to use a specialized running system by holding down the A button on your right-hand controller and swinging your arms. Once you have reached safety, and are completely out of harm's way, be sure to call 911 and report the emergency. Do not assume that someone else has or will call for help. Do so immediately.
Okay.
For this simulation, you can call 911 by pressing the X button to see your phone, and then pressing the 911 button. Remember, once you have dialed emergency services, to report all relevant information you have. Location of the active shooter. Number of shooters, if there is more than one.
Okay.
Physical description of the shooters.
A ton.
Number and type of weapons held by the shooters.
Right in the beginning.
Number of potential
and
victims
I
at the
doubt
location.
that I'm going to remember
now that
any
you know
of
how
it.
to run.
Continue. Huh. There doesn't seem to be any locomotion options. I have to physically turn my body. Oh my god, people are getting shot already. Seriously? I died?
You didn't make it.
Oh, the camera, your guys' camera, they're watching me. It's gonna show, obviously, that oh god, I'm dead already. Are you serious? All right, so
you didn't make it.
I'm
Be sure to follow the steps to survive this scenario.
I know.
You can do this.
I'm
Try
learning.
the run scenario again.
I am learning that I would be as good as gone in an active shooter situation. This is incredibly difficult. Oh. What the Oh god. Open the door. There's nowhere to go. Call 911.
What's your emergency?
There's a shooter?
Good job, you ran to safety and called 911 and survived. Next, you'll lock or barricade the door between you and the shooter, turn off the lights, and choose a hiding spot that will obscure you from view. Once you're hidden, don't forget to call 911. Once hidden, and with help on the way, you will want to be sure to silence or turn off your cell phone.
Thanks. I feel like I'm gonna need it. Thank you. Okay. All right, now the hide option. Oh my gosh. This is... That is locked. Barricade the door. There we go. I need to hide. Hide right here. Perfect. I am hiding. I am calling 911. It's okay, Barbara.
911, what's your emergency?
There's an active shooter. Goodbye. Oh boy, there he was. There he was.
Great job. You hid successfully by turning off the lights, locking and barricading doors,
I
hiding,
feel
and calling 911.
much more
Now,
educated.
it's time to fight. I can't stress enough that the option to fight should only be considered if your life is in immediate risk, and your best chance of survival is to incapacitate the shooter. If you are unable to run or hide, advised weapon and use it to incapacitate the shooter by either disarming them, or attacking one of their weak points. Be decisive and commit to action. Focus on distracting and immobilizing the shooter.
To commit.
Do not stop attacking until the aggressor is no longer a threat. If you are able to separate the shooter from their weapon, you need to constrain the shooter first. Then, do your best to secure the weapon. For this scenario, the shooter is not conscious. To secure the weapon, pick up the wastebasket, and place it on top of the weapon.
What do we do?
We have to fight. We don't have any choice. We have to try. Quick, grab a weapon.
Where is he? Where's the shooter? Where is the shooter? I'm dead.
We're trapped. What do we do?
We
have to fight. We don't have any choice. We have to try. Quick, grab a weapon.
I got one. I got one. I'm gonna... Okay. All right. I don't know what you're doing with the potted plant, Barbara, but... Oh, here we go. Yes. Oh, can't pick the gun up. You're in the way, man. How am I supposed to cover the gun up? With the trash can. There we go. Hold on. There. No, this is stupid. In an active shooter situation, nobody is going to do this. You're going to pick the gun up. So, that's the first thing wrong with this. I don't know what it wants. Place the trash bin over the weapon to secure. I've done that. This is so annoying. I have done I've done what you have asked me to do. I don't understand how I'm stuck. Obviously, the shooter is dead. I've beat him to death with the trash can. And, like, you would, as I said, you would... That was weird. I just glitched it into working.
What's your emergency?
Yeah, there's a shooter.
It is important to make sure you know how to evacuate safely, follow instructions from law enforcement, and deal with the aftermath of such a tragedy. Let's start by reviewing what to do when law enforcement arrives on the scene in the aftermath of a shooting.
Let's
In
do
a
it.
moment, you'll be back in the office at the end of the hide scenario. The shooter has already been subdued and law enforcement is sweeping the scene.
There's the police. Hello.
Freeze. Don't move. Put your hands above your head. Where's the threat?
At your mom's house. I don't know.
You complied with law enforcement, but you need to be as descriptive as possible. Your response could make a life or death difference. Try again.
Okay.
Where's the threat? Put your hands back up.
No.
What
Okay.
does he look like?
He's, a bald white guy.
Great job.
Thanks.
You were quick to comply with law enforcement and your actions and information has potentially helped save lives. In an actual crisis situation, be sure to comply with law enforcement and exit the building as soon as it is safe to do so. Please, always remember.
Hello, this is Karen McDarren from the Channel 7 News.
I need you to hang up that phone right now. That was your final test of this exercise. You must avoid talking to the media in the aftermath of a crisis situation.
Oh,
Any
come on.
misinformation could be a threat to investigative efforts and to the safety of others as the situation continues to unfold. Congratulations, and great job.
Thank you. Active shooter training survival complete. Now, I kind of wish that, like, I could just jump in and make my own decisions about how to survive an active shooter survival training. I get that they like hold your hand through everything, but I want to experience it for myself, like with my own decision-making process. I think there's some really valuable information there. I do think there's some things that they have got wrong. I am not a specialist in how to survive active shooter training. The only thing I really had wrong with it was like nobody is going to cover a gun up with a trash can while the shooter is laying unconscious next to it. Somebody is going to pick that weapon up and then should unload that weapon. And even if you know anything about guns, you know, disassemble that bolt and render that gun completely useless rather than just covering it up with the trash can. But not really sure who the target audience is for it because it's not enough for VR enthusiasts and it's really not a game per se. It's more of a very stressful experience actually, but it's not stressful because it's an active shooter situation. It's stressful because it doesn't allow you to make your own decisions and learn from those decisions. It just kind of guides you through the entire thing. Do I think it has a purpose? Yeah, sure. I mean, it definitely has a purpose. Do I think it's a practical purpose? Not really. There's a much bigger conversation here that I'm not willing to have on this channel about, you know, how we solve the issue of, you know, social media and active shooters and things like that. But definitely appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you all on another video that's a little bit more lighthearted this week. So.